Welcome to the March installation for Rainbow Covenant, Haiku and Art in 3 parts. And I am Haijin Sharifa Bernice Meytung. And I will be sharing 3 original pieces of artwork and 3 original haiku. So let us begin. The first one is entitled Turbo Wind. And the haiku reads, "For every path walked, there is one left untrodden. Choose," whispers the wind. For every path walked, there is one left untrodden. Choose, whispers the wind. The piece is an acrylic painting on canvas. And I think what struck me to name it Turbo Wind was when I saw this image here arise, that reminded me of a character's hair just, being blown straight out from their head as they would appear to be descending a hill here. And it has the elements for me of, yes, sunshine with this yellow, but also clouds and the pink and the wind and the element for me of surprise and unpredictability, as I think it is when we walk our path, when we walk our day-to-day path, be it a spiritual path or the path of responsibility or the path of work or the path of study. But whichever of those paths we are walking, at that time, there is also a path that remains that we're not consciously treading on. And so in this picture, I'm engaging with the element of wind to encourage me to be conscious and aware of the path that I have chosen and the path that I will choose. And I find that in this particular installation, the elements are holding a prominent place, which is appropriate given that today is the equinox, March 20th. And in that spirit of this being the spring equinox, we are saying goodbye to the winter season. And so this particular painting, also acrylic on canvas, is actually a painting that I did in the thickness, if you will, of the winter. It's called Winter Window. Fire logs burning, new hope leaps from the flames, cool clear the ashes. Fire logs burning, new hope leaps from the flames, cool clear the ashes. And so sometimes for me, winters can be really challenging. The falling of the snow, the darkness of the days without a lot of strong sunlight. And so it could feel overwhelming for me at times as a season. But in the midst of that feeling, there is always this spark, this knowledge that spring is right around the corner, that spring is coming next, that summer will follow spring, and that the sun will return in all of its strength and power. So there is that sense of leaping up from the middle of those times that may feel dark or may feel oppressive, or that so many things are around us that have that sense of heaviness, of a burden laid on one's shoulders. But at the same time, there is the spark of new hope to be found. Fire logs burning, new hope leaps from the ashes. Fire logs burning, new hope leaps from the flames, cool clear the ashes. So that is a bit of a of an inquiry at the end. Who will clear the ashes? So who's going to do that work to bring this, to nurture this new life, this new hope? And that's the question for each of us to answer. And then the final piece is a graphic. As always, for these installations, there are always 2 paintings and 1 graphic illustration. And this is the graphic for this installation. I always work with storyboard that to create my graphics that I then incorporate the haiku into the graphic picture. And this particular haiku and picture is actually called Equinox. The 4 elements pouring through my consciousness regulate my mind. The 4 elements pouring through my consciousness regulate my mind. And this haiku for me is a bit of a reminder that no matter how disconnected we may feel from the elements, from the earth, we are those elements. We are the earth. We are water. We are air. We are fire or heat. And we are earth. So earth, water, the air, and fire or heat. Those are the elements that we have within our bodies at all times. And to experience those elements from time to time, to just sit quietly, or even while walking or working or speaking or creating, just to take a pause, just to take a moment, to feel the heat of one's own body, to feel the air or the wind as it passes through the body with each breath, to feel the water when we swallow, even, to feel the earth beneath our feet, even if we're indoors, to feel that sense of earth, even the touching of our skin, to feel that sense that, yes, we are connected to the earth at all times. So that is the reminder for me during this equinox, and for you as well. That's what I offer you with this particular installation, is that sense of reconnection to the elements, and allowing that to resettle our minds. The 4 elements pouring through my consciousness regulate my mind. So thank you for joining me for this installation of Rainbow Covenant, and I look forward to seeing you in April. Be well. Walk well with the elements.